Skywatch Media News for the second week of October 2021. A coronal mass ejection hit Earth's magnetic field in the early morning hours of October the 12th, sparking a G2 class geomagnetic storm. The solar event sparked impressive northern lights seen across the world. The storm occurred when an intense burst of solar radiation associated with a buildup of sunspots released its magnetic energy on October the 10th, sending a solar flare earthbound. When the storm first struck, solar wind speed increased by 120 kilometers per second, and plasma intensity tripled. The temperatures increased almost tenfold. Auroras spread all across northern Europe, Iceland, Canada, and the northeastern states. The display was dynamic, with some of the lights captured using only a cell phone. The images from the northern hemisphere are an indicator of a direct hit by a coronal mass ejection, producing a vibrant geomagnetic storm. The G2 magnetic storm produced by the powerful solar flare could have induced power grid fluctuations and voltage surges to higher latitude power systems. It could also have caused increased drag on low Earth orbit satellites, while creating blackouts of high-frequency radio waves. Fortunately, none of these potential warnings were reported to have taken place. The latest solar activity comes on the heels of a recent report suggesting that solar cycle 25 is overperforming its predicted sunspot activity. The sunspot count for September was the highest in the past 5 years. Furthermore, it was reported that the sunspot number has, for the 11th month in a row, significantly exceeded the official forecast. The chart provided by the NOAA shows sunspot count versus the time sequence. The red curve traces the forecast issued by the NOAA prediction panel back in the year 2019. As seen here, it calls for a relatively weak solar cycle, peaking in July of 2025. But as is often the case, the sun doesn't behave according to predictions. The higher than expected sunspot counts suggest a much stronger cycle, with the peak occurring in late 2024 instead of the predicted time slot of mid-2025. Strange things are happening on Earth and in the sky. On October the 9th, a massive boom was heard and felt across the states of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Residents reported hearing what sounded like a large explosion, followed by a powerful jolt. Residents thought that an earthquake happened, but officials from the National Earthquake Information Center reported no evidence of an earthquake in the New England region over the past week, and so residents began pointing to the sky. As one New Hampshire resident stated, "There was a loud boom that rattled our whole house. It was very strange. That is why everyone thought it was an explosion at first." There were a number of interesting reports from those who witnessed the loud explosion, which included reports of a loud, thunderous booming sound which reverberated across the region, followed by a rumbling and shaking of the ground. It seems as though no one has the slightest notion as to the actual cause of the strange incident. The USGS said there were no signs of an earthquake on that date. The military acknowledged that there were no flights over the region, ruling out a supersonic boom from a military jet. There were also no signs of a gender-reveal disaster involving explosives. That leaves only one possibility. It must have been a natural event, an object coming into the atmosphere, traveling faster than the speed of sound. At the end of each video, I tell my viewers to stay safe, because strange things can happen to us when we least expect it. On October the 4th, an awesome fireball lit up the evening sky over Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada. At the time of the event, many residents of the town of Golden, located in the neighboring province of British Columbia, were sleeping comfortably in their beds, except for one of its residents, Ruth Hamilton, who was rudely awoken by the sound of a crash from her ceiling and the sensation of something touching her face. She jumped up, turned on the lights, and looked around, where she spotted a large rock lying on her pillow, where her head usually lies. Just prior to the meteorite impact, workers from the Canyon Project that is conducting blasting operations indicated that they had seen a very bright light in the sky, which exploded and produced a booming sound. The workers were amazed to see it falling out of the sky. Miss Hamilton plans on keeping the rock for the foreseeable future. She wants it as a keepsake for her grandchildren, commenting that the rock may be billions of years old. She went on to say that life is precious, and it could be gone at any moment, even when you think that you are safe and secure in your bed. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching, and always keep looking to the sky.